This is the Jasion EB5 Max. My first reaction was simple: big, burly, and fast. I swung a leg over it with equal parts excitement and caution because everything about this bike screams power and size. The motor promised a grin, and the rest of the package made me wonder if the headache would be worth it. On looks and build, it leans hard into the fat tire identity. The 26x4.0 rubber fills your field of view, the high-carbon steel frame feels stout, and the whole thing has a bring-it-on vibe. It's heavy, about 83 pounds, and you feel that the moment you try to lift the rear to move it around the garage. The frame is tall, with a high step-over, and that becomes a bigger deal if you're not long-legged. The included rear rack and fenders make it look ready for commuting right out of the box, and the bright color display gives it a modern face. The lights are larger and brighter than a lot of bikes I've tested, with a clean beam up front and a noticeable rear light. The brakes are 180mm mechanical discs. They look the part and do the job, though they don't have the sharp bite or easy modulation of hydraulics. You get a basic 7-speed setup with a trigger shifter, a lockable front suspension fork, and a removable, lockable 48-volt 15-amp-hour battery tucked into the frame. From my experience, the first ride told me almost everything I needed to know about the motor. The 750-watt nominal, 1500-watt peak hub kicks like a mule when you ask for it. Throttle punch is instant, and pedal assist ramps hard in the higher levels, so I learned to feather inputs if I didn't want the bike to leap off the line. On flat roads, it cruises past 28 miles per hour without drama, and on climbs, it pulls with surprising ease. I took it up a long, uneven gravel grade where smaller motors usually bog down. The EB5 Max just kept rolling with a satisfying hum from the fat tires. Those tires define the road feel. On pavement, they add stability and comfort, but they're not quick to turn in, and there's a steady buzz as speed climbs. Air them properly and they soak up cracks and potholes better than a narrow tire ever will. Off-road is where they shine. Sand, loose gravel, and beat-up fire roads feel more forgiving, and the front fork helps keep your wrists from getting rattled. Indirectly, I locked out the fork on smoother paths, and it made the ride feel tighter and a bit more efficient. The size and height are the trade-offs. I'm 5'8", and even with the seat down as far as I could get it, I was on the ball of my foot at best. At stoplights, I had to slide off the saddle to plant a foot comfortably. That's fine in a straight shot, less fine when you're navigating crowded intersections or stop-and-go traffic. If you're 5'9" or taller, you'll likely have a better time. If you're shorter, plan on an awkward fit. The weight also matters in daily life. Lifting it onto a car rack took effort and a second hand. Carrying it upstairs, I wouldn't unless I had to. Range is always the question, so I'll share my numbers. With my weight just under 190 pounds, mixed terrain, and a lot of past 3.5, I got into the mid-30s for miles before I felt like I should baby the remaining bars. On throttle-only rides with plenty of wind and hills, I saw mid-20s. On flatter paths keeping assist moderate, I stretched into the 40s. That lines up with what I expect from a 720 watt-hour battery on a heavy, powerful bike. Charging took me about 7 to 8 hours with the stock charger. Pulling the battery to charge inside was easy, and the lock offers basic peace of mind. The tech touches are better than I expected at this price. The color screen is bright in full sun and shows speed, distance, battery bars, and assist level in a clear way. Cruise control is handy on long, straight paths, saving my throttle hand. The password lock on the display is a small but welcome security layer. The included rack and fenders saved me money and setup time. Night rides felt safer thanks to the larger front and rear lights. Not everything was smooth. My unit didn't arrive flawless. I had a hairline crack on a corner of the battery housing that looked like a pre-shipping ding. 2 screws on the chainring guard were stripped, and a small but important stem screw was missing, which slowed my setup while I sourced a replacement. The printed instructions in the box didn't perfectly match the bike, and I didn't get a full owner's manual in the packaging. None of this is a deal breaker for someone comfortable wrenching, but it can rattle a new rider. Dealing with support through a big box marketplace also took patience. I recommend buying from a seller with clear domestic support channels and checking everything the day it arrives so you can document issues quickly. Key features that stand out to me are the 1500-watt peak motor that actually delivers, the 48-volt 15-amp-hour battery that balances power and usable range, the 26x4.0 tires that let you leave pavement without hesitation, the color display with cruise control and password protection, and the included rack and fenders that make it commute-ready from day one. The things I like most are straightforward. The power is real and addictive. Rolling into a steep hill and not even thinking about downshifting feels great. The fat tires let me explore paths I usually skip, and the ride comfort on broken pavement is excellent. The display and cruise control make longer rides easier, and the lights are bright enough that I didn't feel pressure to upgrade right away. In my opinion, the EB5 Max nails the big motor, go anywhere, promise for not a lot of money. There are caveats, and they matter. The bike is heavy, so transporting it and storing it isn't effortless. The mechanical disc brakes are decent, but at 28 plus miles per hour, I'd prefer hydraulics for stronger bite and easier one-finger control. The 7-speed drivetrain works, but can clunk under hard motor load if you aren't gentle on the pedals when shifting. The frame height is the biggest limiter. From my experience, if you're under 5'9", the fit will feel tall, and stopping will be awkward unless you're comfortable hopping off the saddle at every light. It's perfect for taller riders who want raw, reliable shove from a hub motor and don't mind a big tire feel. I'd recommend this for anyone who rides mixed surfaces, values stability and traction, and is comfortable tightening bolts, checking alignment, and handling minor fixes. If you live in a walk-up, need to lift the bike often, or want a super low-maintenance commuter, you might want a lighter frame, hydraulic brakes, and a step-through option. If you're on the shorter side, look at a different size or geometry before committing. In conclusion, the Jasion EB5 Max is a blast when you lean into what it does best: power, stability, and confidence on rough stuff. It asks for trade-offs in weight, fit, and polish, and it rewards with grin-inducing torque and go-anywhere tires. In my opinion, it's a strong value for the right rider, tall, hands-on, and more excited about riding hard than babying a showroom piece. If that sounds like you, this could be the bike that keeps you out longer, exploring more, and smiling wider. To learn more about the Jasion EB5 Max, please check the comments section. Thank you for watching.